Well, so many of our memories are captured on Facebook, right? Baby pictures, school awards, old friend connections. But what if they were suddenly gone and you couldn't get them back? Well, Fox 5 I-Team's Dana Fowle met a Georgia man who sued the tech giant over just that, and he won.
He did.
Wow.
I mean, yes, he was unceremoniously banned from Facebook. He couldn't log on, said he only got this quick pop-up that lasted a second maybe that said he had violated child exploitation rules. Naturally, he wanted that fixed immediately, but finding a human to talk to was impossible. So he took him to court. Columbus, Georgia, known for its river sports and southern charm. But one morning last August, Jason Crawford got a little fired up.
I woke up one Sunday morning and I tapped on my Facebook icon and I was locked out.
He says his Facebook account had been suspended before over his fiery take on politics, but this, he said, was different.
You know, made it clear that I was banned.
When he would try to log on, he says a very brief message would appear, then quickly disappear. And he said it was not only untrue, but alarming.
It just gave me the briefest, little snapshot of saying that I had violated their standards on child sexual exploitation. And then it went away.
He wanted an explanation, so he tried to find someone at Facebook to talk to him to find out what in the world was going on.
And so what I learned is that the way that you submit your appeal or whatever is through your own profile, your own account. Well, if you don't have an account, you've got no way of submitting it. So it's like a dog chasing its tail.
Facebook is owned by Meta, and it also runs Instagram and WhatsApp. Meta employs more than 80,000 people. Certainly the West Coast tech giant would have someone who would talk to him. But nope. He got nowhere.
I just think it's bad business practice. You know, I just think it's a crappy way to treat people. At least tell me what I did wrong.
But Mr. Crawford had a hand he could play. You see, he's a lawyer, so he walked downtown to the nearby courthouse and sued Meta. The August 2022 complaint calls Facebook negligent for no longer allowing him access to his account based on a violation that he says did not occur.
In terms of pictures, videos, posts that come up as memories that I like to look at from time to time, all that kind of stuff that I just wasn't willing to let a bunch of bullies take away from me, for no reason.
Then he waited for a call, someone to clear up this false allegation and give him his account back, but nothing happened.
As if I didn't exist and as if Facebook was operated by a bunch of ghosts or something.
But Facebook's legal team not only ignored him, but also the lawsuit. The company didn't even bother responding to it. So by default, Jason Crawford, a Columbus, Georgia lawyer, won. A judge ordered that Meta pay him $50,000. That's when they called.
I felt a little bit vindicated, and so they immediately activated my account again. I just expected some person to call me up and say, "Hey, what's going on? What do we need to do about it?"
Would that have been the end of it?
Yeah.
Had that happened?
Oh, absolutely.
Jason Crawford is back online. He says he was told by a Facebook attorney that his account had been hacked. His name was cleared, but it's still not over. He claims Facebook is not paying the judgment.
It feels like, a poke in the eye. It's time that, they at least respect our legal system.
So he's still fighting. And he says he will get that $50,000 the court says he's owed because Facebook terminated his account for no valid reason. The Fox 5 I-Team reached out to a Facebook attorney but got no comment. As for Jason Crawford, he says he's owed the money for being ignored.
If every step of the way Facebook is choosing not to do the right thing.
Now, when you're banned from Facebook, you're also banned, he discovered, from its other companies like Instagram and WhatsApp. Mr. Crawford could no longer use his WhatsApp account, which he was currently using in an overseas business transaction. So he had to reroute, he had to tell them the story and do business some other way until things got settled. He said,
I never thought about that.
A little embarrassing, too, because he had to tell him what happened.
Sure. Okay, but this is interesting for a number of reasons. But here's the thing. I mean, Mr. Crawford's a lawyer, right? Like, what about the rest of us?
Yeah.
We're
I
not.
mean, you can sue. You can also walk down to small claims court and also sue Facebook. We know 2 people in the process of it right now, and we are going to track their progress to see if you can do this if you're just a regular person like the rest of us.
So interesting the way he took on the big dogs.
Right, and it made me, I use Facebook as a scrapbook because, you know, I always thought I was going to save all those cute things my kids said. I just put it on Facebook. And so now I'm going to try to take every year and make a book out of it.
Great idea.
I think I'm going to try. And so I can save it for myself. So, you know, if I get myself into hot water at Facebook for whatever reason, I'll have it.
That's so smart. Because here's the thing. It's like now we have a backup, right? We have the picture on our phone that we then have posted on Facebook. But if you have, like, back in the day, the early days, when you were connecting your camera through some kind of wire to your computer, like, you may not have those pictures on your phone. So that
I don't have it on my,
is.
Whenever I put something there, I dump it from my phone.
Okay.
So I really have
really is a
used this
scrapbook.
as a scrapbook. And I save conversations because my kid and my husband are super funny people. And I'm good at writing it down and dictating it and telling a story.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of those. So I want those saved.
You don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what this makes me think of.
Because sometimes I have to go back and look and remind myself how funny she is because right now she's 13 and she's a little
Not so funny.
not so funny.
But you'll always have those old conversations.
Yeah, I'll have those from days gone by.
I love it. What a story. Wow.
Yeah, it is good.
All right, Dana, thanks so much.